and welcome to my garage. Why am I in here? Well, aside from the fact that we need a change of scenery, I also wanted to show you that old wreck right behind me. It's my old Chevrolet Tracker, which I had back in high school, and then when I moved down here, it stopped working, unfortunately. The poor soul. It was a faithful vehicle nonetheless. Why am I showing you that old thing? Because it reminds me of a movie I recently saw. That movie is Herbie Fully Loaded. That joke was stupid. I need to fire the writer. Shut up. I am talking about Transformers 4: Age of Extinction. So, with most movie franchises nowadays, if you manage to make it to your third film, then it means it's time to pull out all the stops and tie up as many loose ends as possible, because you are not going to be guaranteed to come back for another movie, and fans deserve some closure. Transformers 3 did just that, with the ultimate evil plan of the Decepticons being foiled, and Megatron being killed again. Only this time his head was taken clean off. There's no coming back from that. So, where do we go from here then? Yeah, there are Decepticons roaming the Earth, but all their leaders are dead as far as we know. Well, that's what we're here to talk about. Welcome to Shorts Into the... hold on. Welcome to Short and to the Point, where I review movies in 5 minutes or less, or your money back. Let's talk about some of the positives. As usual, the CGI is pretty good, and there are some nifty new transformation sequences for some of the Transformers because of it. The action is also big and entertaining, and it does feel like the humans are part of the action when the Decepticons attack, more or less. The story also wisely avoids trying to top the plot of Transformers 3, and it does feel like a plausible way was chosen to continue the story. The execution of the story is another matter. We begin 65 million years ago with a group of Transformer ships descending upon Earth and then doing something to it that kills most of the dinosaurs. So aliens killed the dinosaurs, invented the pyramids, and created human life. Is there anything aliens didn't do? Yeah, they're probably working on that too. Transformers 4 features none of the human cast from the previous films, even if it would make sense for them to be around, such as the soldier characters played by Tyrese Gibson and Josh Duhamel. Yeah, I know not many people liked the human characters, but it would have been nice to have at least one familiar face aside from the Autobots. It's been a few years since Transformers 3, and a human CIA team, led by Harold Attinger, played by Kelsey Grammer, are hunting down and killing the remaining Decepticons. However, they are also hunting down the Autobots. Assisting them is the mysterious Transformer known as Lockdown, who is aiding the humans in order to locate Optimus Prime. This is where having the soldier characters would have come in handy, but they are not here, so let's move on. Our new main character is Cade Yeager, played by Mark Wahlberg. He is a semi-relatable character as he is struggling to make ends meet, despite being semi-skilled in robotics, so he can provide a good future for his daughter Tessa, played by Nicola Peltz, and there's also her boyfriend Shane, played by Jack Rayner. While their acting isn't anything stellar, it was at least good enough that I did care about these characters when things went bad for them following Cade's discovery of the damaged Optimus Prime. Cade does his best to try and fix Optimus up, but the two of them, along with Shane and Tessa, are forced to go on the run when the CIA team locates and attacks them. And this is when things start to go downhill. There are two plots going on at once in this movie: Lockdown's hunt for Optimus, and a company known as KSI harvesting the materials from the dead Transformers to build their own army. It sounds like these two plot points should fit right together, but they don't. At all. Lockdown has a hidden agenda, but we barely learn anything about it aside from the fact that it ties into the Transformers killing the dinosaurs thing, which itself is just a cheap way to introduce new characters that don't pay off as well as they should have. Consequently, most of Lockdown's plot feels like filler, even though it shouldn't, and this would not be a problem if it wasn't for the fact that a good chunk of the movie's 165-minute runtime is dedicated to this. The movie is also very bad at switching in between these two plot points. For example, 1 minute we could be focused on a KSI action scene, then the action scene abruptly stops, then Lockdown shows up out of nowhere to pick up where the fight left off, and this happens more than once, including the climax, which almost makes it seem like this movie forgot about one of its own villains. I will say that I do like Lockdown, however. He has a fairly intimidating presence and character design. The movie's plot, while poorly paced, is also pretty serious, and I do like how there is less comedy relief than usual. Getting to the human villains, Kelsey Grammer does a decent job as the restricted and calculating Harold Attinger, but he sometimes has some hammy moments of acting that make him sound like Fraser Crane. And then we have Stanley Tucci playing the head of KSI, Joshua Joyce. He is used for some very bad comedy in this film. It's not even that his delivery is bad, the movie just picks the most inopportune moments to use him for comedy relief, which just wrecks scenes that are meant to be tense. As for the Autobots, Optimus was the only one that I could take seriously, while the rest were tolerable at best. Overall, there are shades of a good movie in Transformers 4, but its lack of focus is what killed it. They had the ingredients for a simple but good movie, with the Autobots being hunted down despite the fact that they saved the world 3 times, but adding in Lockdown's subplot just wrecked things, and it's worse when you realize that they could have easily saved it for another movie, which also would have cut down on this movie's runtime. I'm going to give it 4.5 Robots in Disguise out of a possible 10. It's not as bad as Revenge of the Fallen, but still, I don't recommend it for a theatrical viewing. This has been short and to the point, and I review movies in 5 minutes or less, or your money back. Now, if you'll excuse me, I am going to go back to my garage and see if I can fix up my Chevrolet Tracker. Hey, maybe I'll get lucky and it will be a Transformer. But then again, it will probably be upset with me if it is, because I've left it in the garage for so long. Well, wish me luck, and I will see you all next time. Bye.